were tasked to go to her because she was adrift and had been adrift for some hours. And a tug had connected a rope and it had broke, and they were trying to reconnect, which they never managed to do. So we were kind of called out just to be there, to stand by until the salvage tug or whatever came to take it away. But of course, the tug came down from Sullomvo, and he put a line on board, and then he had a problem with his winch, and he couldn't slack it out quick enough, and of course it parted. So after that, she was at the mercy. There was nothing else there to help her, and we finally got him to drop his anchor to slow his drift down, because he was lying rolling side to the broadside onto the sea. Eventually the anchor did hold, but it still dragged, but it reduced the drift, and it swung the boat slightly round into wind, which gave me the chance to try and go alongside to take off the crew. The first thing was getting them persuaded to come on board the boat. The captain seemed unsure as to what was going on. I don't think he realised really the situation he was in. So I told him we would have to let his crew abandon ship, or they would be in the rocks shortly, and they would perish. Eventually they started to come, but they'd been down in their cabins getting all their belongings. This is what the delay was. So we managed to get 5 of them off. And then, unbeknown to me, because I was quite busy, believe it or not, concentrating on what I was doing, a big oil rig anchor handling tug came, and he grappled up his anchor chain, which was a marvellous piece of seamanship, but it's what they do with that tugs, that's what their job is. But usually it's big oil rig anchors. And he grappled it up, and suddenly I was aware that the ship swung into sea, which put me in a position I didn't want to be in. So I pulled off, and I think, yes, he's got it, and the boat started to move out. Yes. Then the chain broke, and she just swung right around, and within minutes she was on the rocks. We stood off, and Captain Norman Lease was the pilot on the helicopter that day, and his winchman was Bill Deacon. So he immediately swung into action, because you hit the rocks, so she's not lifting or falling 40 or 50 feet as she was, because she's on the rocks, but she's getting battered, just severely battered by the sea. They lifted off the 10 remaining survivors in lifts of 2. And they put the line back down for his winchman and got tangled. And they had to cut the wire. Anyhow, Bill was killed. And the pilot spoke to me in the radio and said, "Hewitt, don't come in here. It's the body you're looking for." He's dead. So I decided that I had 5 guys on board. I would put them, they were very seasick and frightened, and I put them back to Lerwick. And then we went straight back out again. And by this time it was starting to turn dark. And we were hoping that we would see, like, he would have a light on his life jackets or survival suits and whatever. And we might be able to pinpoint where we couldn't get in anyway to where he was. And then we were edging in, and then a huge sea picked us up the stern of the boat and lifted it right up till we were almost standing right on our bow. And I thought she was going to pitch pole, but she didn't. So after that, I said to the boys, I think we're not saving life at sea. We're trying to pick up a body. It's too dangerous. Let's go home. and we called off the helps then.
Was that a hard decision to make?
Yeah, but it was the only one I could make. But I always thought if I could have just picked up one more of that crew before the chain broke, he would probably be alive today. And they put up a memorial there for the winchman, which still stands on the island there. I would just like to be remembered as the guy who was the coxswain and the busy time when there was a lot of work, when Lerwick station was really busy.